So you have big dreams. You want success. You want the life you've always imagined. But there's just one problem: you don't take action. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into next month. And before you know it, another year has passed, and you're in the exact same place. Deep down, you know you're capable of more. You know what you should be doing. But instead, you scroll, you binge, you distract yourself. And every night, as you lie in bed, you feel that same crushing guilt, the guilt of wasted time. At first, you try to fight it. You get a burst of motivation. You make a plan. You convince yourself this time will be different, but it never is. Because no matter how badly you want it, laziness always pulls you back in. So how do you break free? How do you stop being the person who wants success and start being the person who earns it? Well, most advice out there tells you to delete social media, make a to-do list, or just be more disciplined. And while these might help for a day or two, they don't fix the real issue. Because the real issue isn't social media. It isn't distractions. It isn't even motivation. The real issue is inertia. In physics, inertia is a tendency for objects at rest to stay at rest, and objects in motion to stay in motion, unless acted upon by an external force. And whether you realize it or not, the same rule applies to your life. Starting anything, whether it's studying, working out, or building a business, requires an initial push. But the problem is, you make that push so overwhelming in your mind that you don't even start. Think about it. When you have an essay to write, what do you tell yourself? I have to write 5,000 words. When you need to go to the gym, what do you think? I have to complete a full workout. You set the bar so high that just thinking about the effort exhausts you. So instead, you avoid it. You tell yourself you'll start later. You distract yourself with cheap dopamine, scrolling, gaming, YouTube, anything but what you need to do. And just like that, inertia wins. But here's the good news. The same force that's keeping you lazy can also make you unstoppable. The secret isn't to force discipline. It's to hack inertia to work for you instead of against you. And there are two simple ways to do this. Method 1, lower the stakes. The hardest part is getting started. So instead of making the task seem massive, make it so small that it's impossible to fail. Instead of, I have to write 5,000 words, say, I'll write just 50 words. Instead of, I have to do a full workout, say, I'll just do one push-up. It sounds ridiculous, but here's the trick. Once you start, you'll almost always keep going. Because just like objects at rest stay at rest, objects in motion stay in motion. Method 2, the 2-minute rule. If you don't feel like doing something, tell yourself you'll do it for just 2 minutes, and then stop if you want to. Don't feel like cleaning your room? Put on a song and clean only until the song ends. Don't want to study? Open your notes and read just one page. The secret is, once you break inertia, momentum takes over. You'll find yourself going for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, even an hour. At first, it feels like pushing a ball uphill. But once you pass the tipping point, it's downhill from there. This is the key to breaking laziness. Not motivation, not discipline, not waiting for the perfect time. Just start, and start small. Because once you're in motion, you stay in motion. So right now, whatever it is you've been putting off, whether it's your fitness, your work, your personal goals, don't think about the whole staircase. Just take the first step.